What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today this is gonna be I guess you could call it like a scary video. I guess you could say it's a story on what happened to me a couple months ago, and yeah. So if you don't like ghosts and stuff like that, and you freak out easy, I guess this would be your final warning. Click off the video now if you don't like to get scared or whatever. But here it goes. So this happened to me about when was this? This is my first experience with I guess you could say like sleep paralysis demons and stuff like that. And this happened about my most recent one was about a couple months ago, but I'm gonna talk about the first one, which happened about a year ago now. So what happened was I had just gone to sleep, and when I went to sleep, I had fallen asleep laying on my back, right? And you know, I go to sleep like that all the time, or randomly, like I take a nap, fall asleep on my back, like you just chilling, end up crashing out or whatever, right? So I remember I had fallen asleep, and I was laying on my back, so I was pretty much facing my ceiling and stuff, right? No big deal. And I remember I woke up, or I thought I woke up, and when I woke up, there was this like black shadow standing from the foot of my bed. So it was like, I guess you could say where my feet were, obviously, right? So it was on the foot of my bed, and it was just up to like my ceiling, right? And there it was just a black shadow, and it just had black eyes, right? And that's all I could make out from it. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, right? And that's all I saw, was just, like I said, a giant black shadow. And I remember it freaked me out because I couldn't move anymore. And it's not a nice feeling when you just all of a sudden you can't move and stuff. I didn't like it one bit, right? So I remember I tried moving and I couldn't. And my next move was, I'm gonna yell for help, like there's something in my room, let me yell for help. Because my parents' room, it's like right next to mine, and our walls are barely any, they're not that thick, alright? Like they could probably hear me recording this video right now from the other room, right? So I remember I was trying to yell for help, and it felt like I was like drowning. Like nothing came out, and it just felt like when you're like underwater, and you try like yelling or whatever, and you know how like everything just comes out muffled or whatever. You just feel like you just can't yell like how you should. That's exactly how it felt. Nothing was coming out, and it just felt like something should have like been coming out when I yelled for like help or whatever, right? And I remember I just kept trying, screaming for help and stuff, and nothing would happen. And I couldn't move, and it just felt like I was just drowning, right? And then I'm not like a hardcore religious person or anything like that, but like I'll say my prayers here and there, right? And so my first thought was like, like, oh my god, like this is like there's a demon in here, like let me start praying. I've seen enough like Conjuring movies and stuff like that. You start saying the prayer and it goes crazy, but then it leaves you alone. So I've seen enough of those movies. I was prepared, so I tried saying it out loud, but then obviously I couldn't talk, right? So then I started saying it in my head, and then I can't move, but I'm trying to bring my hands together, to like, pray, right? So I'm trying to bring my hands together, and I'm saying it all in my head, I'm just like, Our Father who art in heaven, whatnot, right? So I just keep going on in my head, and I'm trying to put my hands together, and all of a sudden, like, I feel my hands like finally moving together, and like I just like I'm getting strength back or whatever, right? So I'm slowly like trying to bring my hands together, and it's just fighting me. And I remember like my hands are so close, and it just felt like it was pulling my hands apart, like it was trying to stop me, right? And I was so close. And then out of nowhere, I woke up, and all I heard was just I woke up on here, right? So pretty much my hands were brought together, and I woke up like for real this time. And when I woke up, I was so out of breath. I was in shock. I got up, and I remember I turned on my light right away, and I woke up and I was just breathing heavy. I was like, oh my god, like you would have thought like I ran a marathon. Like I was out of breath bad. And I walked out of my room because like my whole room, it didn't feel right anymore. I just didn't want to be in here. I remember I walked out and it was about like 3 in the morning, I think 3 4 in the morning, and I walked out of my room and I just went to the restroom. I looked in the mirror. I made sure like I wasn't tripping. I still wasn't like in a dream or whatever. And I just stayed awake. I couldn't go back to sleep after that. And I remember I was like, man, like what the hell just happened? And it freaked me out. And people don't really believe in ghosts and stuff like that, and I don't blame them. Like it's like even like me telling my story now, knowing that it happened and stuff like that, I just feel like it wasn't real. And it's happened 2 more times after that. I'll save those 2 other times for another video, or maybe for like my next video or whatever. But there's been 2 more occasions, and there's just been stuff around my house. I even found out some more things, and I'll share with y'all in the next video as well. But like I'll tell you just something that happened the other day. I was walking, I was in my living room, and there's like a wall, and it divides like the living room from the kitchen, right? So I was walking from the living room to the kitchen, and as I was walking to the kitchen, all I heard in my ear right behind me was just a deep breath. It was just and that's all I heard. And I kind of froze for a second, and I was like, you know what, like it's nothing, it's no big deal, we're just gonna we're gonna play that off. I just acted like there's nothing going on and just continued on with my day. And I just came to my room and I was like, all right, like that was interesting. It's just I think I had like hopped on and stuff like that right after that. But like it's not something. It's not that whole feeling when you're in the dream. It's not something I'd wish upon someone at all. It's a terrible feeling. I wish it would never happen again, but sadly it's already happened 2 more times after that. And like it's could happen again pretty soon. I don't know. I would hope it doesn't. I try to prevent it from happening. I say like a prayer before I go to sleep. Like I said, like I'm not hardcore religious or anything, but like I'll say my prayers and stuff, right? And I just hope I don't have to go through that anymore. It's happened like 3 4 times. I know I remember 3, but I think there's a 4th time it happened. But it's just the worst feeling, not being able to move or yell for help. It's terrible. But that's pretty much it for the story. I mean, thought it was gonna be a lot longer of a story. I had to drag it out a little bit more to get some time in there. But if y'all enjoyed today's video, drop a like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. We're almost to 130 subscribers, so I would hope to reach that pretty soon. And yeah, maybe about like next week I'll talk about the other 2, because the other 2, the most recent one was by far my scariest one. But the other 2, they're a little bit shorter. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for watching, and goodbye.